It's been 3.5 years since 6ix9ine was sentenced to 2 years in prison after he testified against the 9 Trey gang back in December of 2019. This kid went from being a nobody to being one of the biggest names in rap to behind bars in the matter of only a couple of years. I remember when he was sentenced, many people predicted that he would never make it out alive because of his snitching ways in the courtroom.
If Tekashi 6ix9ine beats this case, I'll suck. He don't even have to ask me.
Shit. Oh my God.
Judge Paul Engel.
What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. I go by the name Black Pegasus. Now, I'm going over this because yesterday, and this happened like last night, I wasn't even going to really talk about it on the channel, but I do think it is kind of interesting. All I see on my Instagram feed is Tekashi 6ix9ine basically got jumped in a LA Fitness bathroom in Florida. Now, most people on the channel, they're probably, because like we do like lyricism and hip hop stuff mainly here, you know, but every now and then we dabble into the commercial world. Something's hot, like, oh, this is kind of hot, checking new stuff out. We go all over the gamut. But Tekashi 6ix9ine is a character. And this whole thing with him getting jumped at LA Fitness, I saw it and I was just like, you know, I don't know exactly what it was over, but I saw this video. So I was like, you know what? If this is about that, let's get into it. Let's dive into it a little bit. Now, there's a lot of different takes on Tekashi. What are your guys' takes? Is he wrong for snitching? Is he not wrong? I have my own theories and ideas on that. But before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and comment on all the content. But if you're really rocking with the vibe, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to that 100K now before the end of summer because, I mean, we kind of doing it right now. But without further ado, let's get this thing started.
40-year-old
What?
boys are back in town. 40. Boys are back in town. 40-year-old
What?
boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40.
Now, there's supposed to be some type of code to the streets, right? But this ain't like a samurai code of honor, right? When I think of samurai, that's what I think of honor codes, right? There's supposed to be this code to the street where you're not supposed to snitch, which, you know, me personally, I gravitate to that line of thinking, like being very honorable, loyal to your people, etc. But in 6ix9ine's case, it's kind of odd because the people he was rocking with weren't being loyal to him. So does that make it acceptable for him to break that honor code? Or should he have seen that, like, yo, these people are like this. I'm not even going to be around these people. Now, that's extreme accountability, being like, look, I made the mistake of kicking it with these people. Anyways, there's a lot there to unpack. I'm very curious in the chat, tap in the comments. What do you think of, you know, to me, Tekashi 6ix9ine is a character. I don't even feel like, I feel like when he does these vlogs with like Steve Will Do It, you start to see glimpses of, I think his name's Danny, of what he really would be like if he didn't have this persona, if he didn't have to live this image that he created, because he was never a street guy. He's not a street kid. He's not from the streets. But then he got endorsed and affiliated with, I believe, a gang from New York that rocks this color, right? The Trey 9s, right? And now he's in this world and has to exemplify these things. So, I don't know. Let's get into this, man, because they put something together real quick. I'll do my commentary. If you guys seen the video, obvious, I'm not, hopefully, I don't know if they play that in here, but obvious, I'm not going to be playing the footage of him getting jumped. Oh, they have a little bit of it, but they're not showing him actually getting beat up in it, which I'm not going to play that. Like, you know, that's the other thing, too. Like, again, we talk about these honor codes, right? If I saw him getting duked up in a one-on-one, oh, wow, he got, you know, messed up in a one-on-one. Okay. I feel like that's a little more valid than multiple dudes who are way bigger than him. Like, like that's the funny thing, man. I do jujitsu. Bro, I know, like, body size, weight. That's why there's weight classes in jujitsu and MMA, man. That stuff matters. So, Let's see what's going on.
It has been 3.5 years since 6ix9ine was sentenced to 2 years in prison after he testified against the 9 Trey gang back in December of 2019. This kid went from being a nobody to being one of the biggest names in rap to behind bars in the matter of only a couple of years. I remember when he was sentenced, many people predicted that he would never make it out alive because of his snitching ways in the courtroom.
If Tekashi 6ix9ine beats this case, I'll suck. You don't even have to
Oh,
ask me.
shit. Oh, my God.
Judge Paul Engelmeyer even credited 6ix9ine, real name Daniel Hernandez, for helping prosecutors send several Trey 9 members to prison. And we all know now how the story played out. Thanks to a certain virus and some luck with his apparent severe asthma, only 13 months later he would be released after being described as a model prisoner. Back then, people thought that he would likely enter the witness protection program, like many others who have complied with the feds. But 6ix9ine would actually do the exact opposite, denying his protection and deciding to walk around as a free man, still sporting his 6ix9ine tattoos and
Bro, look at all that money. That's just ignorance. Ignorance. Like, in my opinion, I'm okay with money, but like, that money should be invested in something and growing. That's wild. But I mean, these dudes, man, I'm trying to figure out how, like, that's probably like $1 million, man, right there. I've seen, well, maybe it's $500,000, but you've seen those pictures of Mayweather just counting money, bro. That stuff is so crazy to me, bro. It's wild.
bow hair.
Your life, this is really my life. I don't address nothing, you hear me? You got 1 house right here, 2 houses right here, 3 houses right here, 4 houses right here, 5 houses right here.
I'm still working on purchasing my first house. I can't lie. That I be watching some of these things and low key, I get excited because I'm like, yo, abundance mindset. Like, this is a possibility for all of us to reach if you really, right now I'm really working towards these goals, man. My thing is when I get it, I'm trying to give back too. Like, I really want to give back to that. I want to create a program where any kid can have access to training on martial arts. That's really what I'd like to do, because I feel like giving kids, I don't know, martial arts was big for me for discipline, a lot of things, confidence, and that's one of the best things I think I could give back to the community, especially in a society where our kids need guidance and they're kind of lost. But anyway.
Maybe 2 houses right there, you feel me?
He would even put out a song titled Gooba, which many considered a victory lap, as 6ix9ine danced on the proverbial grave of his haters who wanted to see him done forever. When this came out, it broke the internet. It even broke some sort of YouTube record. But shortly after dropping his new album Tattletales, a few months after his release, the rapper would see the writing on the wall with his career, and it would become apparent that the industry would not be interested in the redemption of Daniel Hernandez.
Make sure you listen to it. I will. My upcoming album. Yeah. Thank you. It's my album, Tattletales. Very good. Yeah.
He is funny. If we put all the stuff aside, 6ix9ine is very entertaining. He's funny. Like, he's out here joking, making jokes about himself. Like, he's just giving out his new album. Like, yeah, he is kind of funny.
Yeah. It's not hard for you to see, like, oh my God, Tekashi releases Tattletales and it's nowhere. So It's not just you, the world, like people watching see it, like, oh my God, they're blackballing him, right? But the way the industry makes it look is like Tekashi puts out the album, huge flop.
And so since then, you could say that 6ix9ine has kept a fairly low profile. Before he got locked up, he was known as the biggest troll online, and afterwards it was like he tried to do the same thing, but did not really get the same hype at all, as his gimmick was up, and people basically described all of this attention-seeking behavior as very corny. And with 6ix9ine denying the witness protection, and him likely running low on money due to his streams lowering, and basically having no ability to perform live, where most artists would make most of their money, he was in quite the bind. As many predicted, he was burning through money at a massive rate, constantly having to move around and hire security virtually everywhere he went, in fear that he would get caught slipping one day out in the street.
When the internet hated you you most, right? When the internet was coming at you saying you're the worst person ever, did you ever have any heat on the street for it, or was everyone on the street still completely cool?
No, I mean, it's fake heat because, like I said, I've been walking around by myself.
And nothing bad happens, right?
2 years.
And it took almost 3 years, but it seems like it finally became a reality as 6ix9ine was recently working out at LA Fitness of all places.
Bro, why? Okay. I'm going to tell y'all this, man. I've worked out at LA Fitness and 24-hour fitness, okay? I still work out at 24-hour fitness from time to time when I'm not at my jiu-jitsu gym. If I'm making a certain amount of money, I'm not ever going back to 24-hour fitness, Lifetime Fitness, LA Fitness, none of those MFers ever again. I will be at like these high-end, there's these high-end gyms where like I'll be driving by the rich neighborhood. I'm like, what is this? It'd be having weird names. They're all like country club gyms. That's where I would be going to the gym personally. I'm just saying, bourgeois, get bougie on them. But you got to change your environment. Like, what are you doing at a LA Fitness with the type of heat he has on his name? Anyways, I digress.
No, not Lifetime, not Equinox. I mean, that's how you know the money has really dried up. He's working out at LA Fitness, and he got caught lacking in the sauna of all places, where several unidentified men beat the absolute brakes off of him. Now, I cannot show the specific video.
Told you couldn't show it. But think about that. Think about going to LA Fitness and getting in beef in the sauna, you guys. If any of you guys go to the gym, because I know there's a huge population of Americans who are kind of obese, so you're probably not going to the gym. But I recommend you do that. It's good for you. I just couldn't imagine going to 24-hour fitness. That's wild.
Due to TOS restrictions, but you can find it on Twitter. It's pretty brutal as he takes several stomps to the ribs, liver, and apparently even his head. This clip I can show you though came from the aftermath as someone caught him leaving the restroom.
Yo, niggas jump 6ix9ine, bro. Yo, homie, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a fan, bro. Yo, I'm a fan. I'm just saying, bro. I'm a fan, bro.
I know, but y'all niggas jumping, nigga.
I ain't jumpy, bro. I'm just That's crazy. That's crazy.
Someone telling you they're a big fan after you got your ass handed to you is crazy. Also, what's good with the Daisy Duke shorts, my guy? While wearing that jacket.
That's what I was going to say. What's up with those shorts? But he was in the sauna. So he probably was in the sauna, maybe just threw the jacket on like, I got to get out of here because it's like all I had were these shorts on from the sauna. I don't know. There's a lot here. But I still be tripping out on the rainbow hair. That's just what. Yo, it's kind of crazy.
It's even weirder. Like, imagine you're just gonna go work out. You know, you're hitting the bench press, maybe you're running on that treadmill, and then you see this dude looking all messed up walking around. According to sources, 6ix9ine was then rushed to the hospital via ambulance, with his attorney noting that he had no security around him during this incident. I mean, there is photos of his face out there and it looks like he got absolutely romped. And at the end of his statement to TMZ, attorney Lance Lozero says that he plans to call the feds to make sure that 6ix9ine can now get the protection that he believes he truly needs. Either way, it is crazy to see this situation actually unfolding over 3.5 years after his sentencing. Do you guys think that after this, 6ix9ine will truly go away forever? Personally, I think he might be on Instagram tonight talking about screw the haters. I got jumped by 5 puss boys, there was nothing I could do, because that is kind of just in the 6ix9ine nature to never really back down and basically keep trying to talk crap. But y'all let me know what y'all think down below. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like.
All right. Well, you guys heard it, man. I don't know. I think this is interesting. It's just weird where hip hop is gone. When you know, we talk about a lot of like lyricism. We just did a dope reaction last night to Coast Contra. Then I see stuff like this and I'm just like, bruh, it's just strange. But I do think it's interesting because, you know, let's just keep it a buck. 6ix9ine talks a lot of He talks a lot of And from what I've seen, yeah, he got some lumps. Bloody nose. But I've seen some real brutal stuff in these streets. And that was not that bad, man. Like, if you could walk away from it, I'm telling you guys, if you can walk away from it, you did all right. you're cool. I'm not big up in him either. I'm just like being neutral, seeing the situation. But if you can walk away from it and be coherent, like most of the beatdowns I've seen, dudes were asleep on the ground. They got to take them out with a stretcher. I mean, there's no walking with broken arms, broken ribs, broken legs, slashes on the face. Like, he got out pretty clean. Like, these dudes were not on some, like, yo, we gonna take him out. They're just, like, this was just like a rough up. Like, this wasn't even, like, whoever got him might have been chasing clout. Because someone who's out for a vengeance, he got roughed up. People get roughed up all the time. I've seen people get really, really, really roughed up, where it's like, are they going to make it? And with some of the stuff 6ix9ine has been through, I mean, he's lucky. Like, people didn't really go. I mean, I saw the video. Like, they tapped on his ribs a bit here and there, but, he's able to move. And I don't know. But, yeah, man, Tekashi caught it yesterday, I guess. And there's a saying, every dog has his day, right? So that goes for him, but that also goes for the people dishing it out. Every dog has his day, man. That's why I try to put positive energy, positive vibes in the air, because, energy is kind of like the circle of life. It's just like kind of just keeps renewing. So I'd rather just put positive vibes out there because, I was a knucklehead when I was young, but sheesh. What do you guys think of Tekashi 6ix9ine and this whole him getting jumped and all that? It is interesting. It's interesting what people do these days. They jump you, they film it, they release it. But then it's just like, for what? Like, what did you do this for? It just seems like a clout move. Like, it doesn't seem like they're his enemies, because for some of the disrespectful things he's said and done, his enemies are sitting back like, I wish I was there. I would have done something like this. Potentially, I mean, you're in a LA Fitness. Like, do you really want to go to jail for Tekashi 6ix9ine is the real question. Now, it's funny because one of the YouTubers that I really like, Steve Will Do It, and Nelk Boys rock with Tekashi. And it's just interesting because I'm just neutral. I don't hate him, but I don't love him. I'm just like, Like, I don't like his music like that. It's hyphy stuff. But that's what's interesting. I never hear people playing his music. Like, I go to a boxing gym. That's where I do jiu-jitsu, and they play banging stuff there. And I've never, not one time, heard anyone playing Tekashi. So I just feel like I don't know, maybe there's this young generation that listens to him, but I don't know, man. His story is so fascinating in the sense that it's like he came out of nowhere, he blew up. I mean, you've seen him, he's like, here's one house, here's two houses. I'm like, is that really his stuff? Does he own that? Like, where'd the money come from? Why is the money running out? Did it really run out? Is this just a publicity stunt? I don't know. Anyways, interested to see what you guys think. And, I'm going to ride off into the sunset. You know what it is. Like, share, and comments on all the content. Subscribe to the channel. 40!
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. 40. FUQ boys. 40.
Adios.